Well, friends, tis JSnip4. When's the last time I read something from Zero Hedge to you guys? Long as time ago. But, you know, do I have two? Two to read? Two? Yes, two. Trump-backed candidates win big in Ohio primary, Zero Hedge. Worst ever U.S. home affordability is just 0.5% away from the all-time worst high ever. And again, that's the affordability index, if you will. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I always say to you, you know, so many times anyways, you know, if these guys are really in charge, how did that just happen? You know, if things could be rigged, how did that just happen? You know what I mean? Again, I go back to, I think we had to be shown certain things, if you know what I mean. And how it played out. For example, the election in 2020, just, you know. And then all of a sudden, if they could win then, my question would be, how could they not win the primaries? And now, of course, you have a bunch of Democrats running against each other, and a bunch of Republicans running against each other for the primaries to see who wins the ultimate pick for that, you know, congressional seat or whatever it is for the Republican side and for the Democrat side. So, authored by Susan Crabtree via RealClearPolitics.com. In his 2016 best-selling autobiography, Hillbilly Elegy, J.D. Vance thanks his grandparents, his mama, and remember in 2019 when workers were doing well in this country, not struggling terribly. Thanks to the president for everything, for endorsing me. Tuesday night, as Vance stepped closer to his goal of joining the most exclusive club in the country, the U.S. Senate, he thanked his grandparents again, along with President Trump. Now, I'm pretty sure he didn't say, "Grandma, tell me about the good old days. Do Democrats really cheat in everything they do? Do Republicans win? Hashtag winning too. Grandma." So, anyways, they're saying, I'm just trying to find the article, but it was something like, it was in Ohio and somewhere else, that all of the Republican picks that Trump said, hey, I endorse these people, and there's like 20 or 21 or 22, they all won. They're going to be the pick to go against whoever the Democrat is. So we had a bunch of rhino Republicans, you know, fake Republicans, and Trump's like, that's the one, pick that one, and everyone's picking them. Okay. So again, if the deep state wanted someone else in there, and you saw how they roll, how did all 20 or 21, 22 of these people that Donald Trump said, that's the one you want for that position, that's the one you want for that position, or that Senate seat, or whatever Congress seat, or whatever it was, against other Republicans, every single one he got. Probably just a coincidence. Moving on to the next article. And yeah, two of my dreams. One was for this friend of mine, David, and another one for Uncle Cliff. I mentioned that the other day, actually, about Cliff and the real estate thing, and my friend. Worst ever U.S. home affordability is just 0.5%, so 0.5% away. A month and a half ago, when mortgage rates were exploding higher, with the 30-year fixed mortgage rate averaging 4.5%, the highest since 2018, and up more than nearly 100 basis points, which essentially would mean 1 full percent, from the December average of 3.26%, we said that housing affordability is about to crash, the most on record, which they have an article, and warned that the mortgage rates shock meant housing affordability would be down more than 25% year over year by March, a record decline, by the way, with additional downside from higher priced homes. Once again, we were right. And as CNBC reported overnight, looking at the latest spike in mortgage rates, which just hit their highest levels since 2009, and with home prices continuing to experience double-digit gains, all of the major housing markets in the United States are less affordable than they have been historically, and affordability is near its worst point on record. The average rate, like I'm looking at this, reading it to you, like, and there's something that's, kind of, you see something out of the corner of your eye, you're like, what the hell is that? It's kind of distracting you for a second, like, can I just share this with you? Like, can we just go over this real quick, just so you can kind of see what the hell's going on? You don't mind? What the hell's out in the top right corner? An eggshell and an eggshell and an eggshell and an eggshell. What happens to you when you take testosterone supplement? I'm trying to do a video here. The average rate on a 30-year mortgage fixed rate started this year at 3.29% and hit 5.55% on Monday. People, we're only in May now. 3 months, we're into the 4th month. 90 days, now we're into the 4th month. Well, I guess that'd be 5th. 4th month into the 5th, excuse me, of the year. And that quick, from 3.29 to 5.55. According to Mortgage News Daily, rates will move even higher after Wednesday's Federal Reserve meeting, which again was today, and they said, yeah, we're going to hike 0.5%. So you could basically say it's now 6%. And citing research from Black Knight, a mortgage technology and data provider, CNBC shows that 95% of the 100 biggest U.S. housing markets are less affordable than their long-term levels. That figure was at 6% at the start of the COVID pandemic. And with 37 markets already less affordable than they have ever been, expect this to soon spread to all markets before we have another huge market crash just like 2006. So I don't need to even what do I need to keep reading this? No. You already know what's about to happen. And I had a friend, Joe, I'm looking at property. I want some land here in Florida, anywhere around here or even further out. He doesn't care. At least a couple acres would be nice, Put a bid on a house and was higher than they were asking, was outbid like I think $100,000. Someone bought the damn house. They had a bunch of people bidding on this thing. And it was something like, a $600,000 house, or maybe it was a $500,000 house that went to $600,000. Bidding war. He was like, holy crap. And I'm like, well, you may want to just wait, man. This is you never buy at the top of a market. It's clear we're at the top. And I go, I've talked to you about these dreams I get sometimes. Man, let me go to bed tonight. Let me ask. Let me just see if I get something for you. Boom, get a dream. And right now, I can't remember what it was to recite to you, but I'm sure it's in my book, my little dream book. But the bottom line was, or was that? Do I know that one? I think I do know that one. I was looking at a house for purchase in the dream, and there's a guy there that's selling the house. It's his house, and he happens to have 2 houses, but I only realize he has the one to start with, and that's the one I'm looking at. And it's high priced. Not real sure about it. And he goes, oh, by the way, I've got another one that, we just finished doing some updates to or something. My realtor just put it online. I think it's online today. You might be interested in that one too. And I said, yeah, you got any pictures? He goes, yeah, let me go out to my car, grab my phone real quick. So he's coming back. He's trying to pull up the site, and he's like, oh, it came up, but then it blanks out. And I think he may be working on the site, my realtor. Maybe he's working on the listing, and it's not fully up yet. But it's whatever the price was, and it's ready to go. Just just got this house, and I'm going to go ahead and sell it. And I get these knowings in these dreams sometimes, where there's additional information that I just know, being in the dream. I know it to be true. I know it to be factual. I don't know where it came from because nobody said it. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. How the hell do I know this? Yet we haven't discussed it or saw it. Doesn't make sense. But I have information that I know is there. And the knowing was, he knows he bought at the top. This guy. And he was going to start flipping houses and doing stuff. He bought this house after trying to sell this one here that we came to look at in the dream. He bought another one, realized, oh shit, we're at the top. I'd be lucky to get out of this thing even. I'm out. I got to sell right away. And he didn't say that to me, but I had the knowing. So I wake up, okay, tell my friend, hey, my dream's saying you might want to wait. Like, we're at the top. It's not the right time to buy. Yeah, okay, but he another house came up. It was 4 acres, further away. And I think he just offered them their asking price. And I'm not sure what the fine details are, but they ultimately accepted. Because he goes, I offered more last time and I got outbid by a lot. So he goes, I'm just going to put it out there, and if it takes, it takes. If it doesn't, oh well. And they like, yeah, we'll take it. So he's, matter of fact, I think he's already moving in right now as we speak, and be finalized in a few days. But again, it's his decision. I just asked, hey, here's the information. And then Cliff I was asking me something regarding real estate. I asked again for a dream from Spirit. It was a specific situation for Cliff I. And again, I can't remember the dream right now, but I told him what it was, and I think I wrote it down too. And I go, that's my sign's saying no, Cliff. Like, again, we're at the high, and so anyways, here we are. This article comes out. I think this was only yesterday, even though I'm reading it to you today, which is Wednesday. When was this posted? May 4th today. Yeah, well, that was earlier, Wednesday. Okay, unless it was updated then, because they hadn't. Yeah, it was early in the morning. They didn't do the Fed rate hike yet. That was later in the afternoon. So they're saying, yeah, we're going to do 50%, 50 basis points, which is 0.5% increase. So again, that affects all interest rates everywhere. So when the interest rates go up, cars price have to come down. Houses prices have to come down, because that person, the average person, they have a job. We all do. You get paid a certain amount, pretty much. It's usually very, very similar every week. If not dead on, if you're on salary, it's the same exact pay. You can only afford what you can afford. Add in the high cost of fuel, groceries, and freaking everything else. Those are high expensive. That would be the equivalent of saying, oh, mortgage rates are at 12%. And you're like, oh my God, my house payment just went up hundreds of dollars a month. Hundreds. I can't afford that. Went up $600. Well, I'm saying that's the equivalent. This is just a rough estimate, because before, when they raised rates and everyone had these adjustable rates, remember that? The mortgages, they couldn't even make their payments. Everyone's defaulting. I'm talking about that too, but because they still have those, by the way, those adjustable, those ARM mortgages, adjustable rate mortgage. But new people wanting to buy houses right now, not adjustable rate, just a regular 30-year, give me a fix. What's the rate? Oh, it's basically about to be 6%. It's 5.55. Again, they just raised it 50 basis points. So that means mortgages are about to be 6, 6.25, 6.5. We haven't had rates like that since, again, a long time ago. Terrible. So if the rates rise, somebody can't afford the house simply because of the interest rate. The house is the same house. The person wants the same price for the house. You want to pay the same price, but you want to pay it at 3.5% or 4% interest, because here's your monthly payment. Not at 6 or 6.25, because here's your new monthly payment that sucks. And that couple of point interest sucks. A couple percentages. Adds quite a bit to your mortgage. So the market will adjust itself. People won't be able to afford it, so the prices will have to come down. But you're also adding in the unaffordability of everything else on top of it. So people have to eat. They've got to pay gas, and whether they like it or not, they're going to have to go to their jobs and travel. They don't just do that. They go other places too. Oh, I got to go to the grocery store. Got to pay gas to go there. Well, the prices of the food are up too. They're crazy. Yep, that's up too. So you add that to it, and everything that you thought you could afford in a house, you can no longer afford. Now, let's just take the interest rate back to 4%, please. No, it doesn't matter, because all the other prices are so high, they're going to eat up your disposable income. We are going to see an incredible crash. And I'm telling you now, as I said recently, dreams and everything else, I'm being shown by Spirit, my dreams myself, the crash of everything. And when I saw the dump of precious metals just a few days ago in my dream, and I saw the price of silver, I saw gold, But when I woke up, it was instantly gone. Could not remember it. I mean, done. But I remembered silver. Didn't even think like, well, are you sure? No, no, no. I saw silver. I will say this. I did tell my Patreon what I saw, members. It will be so low, you'll have to go back on a pretty far historical chart to see that kind of price. I might even venture and say most of you will have never been able to have bought, or did buy, silver at the price that I saw. Myself included. So I'm sitting here, again, you get some extra money, got some this, that, we'll sell a little crypto, diversify some more, get some more precious metals. What should I do? Buy some real estate, buy some land? No. Real estate's about to crash. Cryptos, again, dream stuff. I think, yeah, everything pumped today after the Fed news. Oh, crypto was up, some coins a few percent. There was a 2 or 3 that I saw that were maybe 11, 12%. I think Theta was 12 or 13. And again, it's a crypto market. What do we expect? A little pump, and the next thing you know, it's dumping again. But I saw essentially the crash of everything. So what's safe? And I remember Woo Dude, you're going to need cash at some point. You're going to need crypto at some point. You're going to need precious metals at some point. So I'm thinking, wow, we're going to need cash first. We may need the cash first to buy up all the depressed assets, the houses, the land, the cryptos, and the gold and silver. You got to have cash on the side for that. That doesn't fluctuate like a crypto or like a stock or like gold and silver. You want to buy those things with something that's stable, like a stable coin. It's $1, right? Essentially, that stable coin is $1. So you may want to think about these things and try to plan accordingly. What could you do with the crash of everything? You got to have money, liquid at your fingertips. I have access to this. It's my money. I can get it. I can go buy stuff with cash. That's what I think. So we'll have to see what happens, but you know. And I'll tell you one other thing. So I think it was during my live stream I told you I drew this thing on my laptop of the scene that Spirit gave me. Doc Noss, the old one of his hidey hole spots. In that dream I got that knowing it's his stash. He hid something here. Without seeing him or knowing anything about it, it just came in. It was really interesting how that happens. I woke up and I go, oh my God, I got to write this down. And I drew this really elaborate, detailed notes, pictures, colors, everything. This was here, that was there. I saw that there, that was this, da, 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 da. All this stuff. But I'm like, that still could be kind of anywhere out there. How the hell am I going to find that scene? I wake up this morning. I'm awake. I'm not sleeping. And sometimes I will fall back asleep. And then, boom, I'll get like a dream and wake up. Oh, wow, I just got a dream. And I'll write it down. I wasn't sleeping. I was awake. The sun's coming in through the shade. The blinds, still a little bit, even though we have dark blinds. So I'm like, give me my other pillow. And I just kind of put it over my head and just kind of covered my eyes and left my nose open so I could breathe easily, with my mouth. And I'm just got my eyes closed like this. And I'm just closed. And all of a sudden, it was like on the back of my eyelids is all I can describe this. It wasn't up here, like where I have to kind of look up to your third eye area. It was like literally right behind my eyelids. Like I'm watching a movie, a quick scene behind my eyelids. And I've had that happen before where I saw a ticker, like a stock market ticker, going, and everything was backwards and I couldn't read the words or the prices because everything was like mirror image and was going by really fast. First time I ever had that happen, it was a few months ago. And I thought, wow, that's kind of cool, but I never had it happen again. And then today, I just see this image starting to form, and next thing I know, it's it's a blur. Then it's okay. It's got fine things like okay, now it's in focus. Oh, and I'm given a Google Earth type of satellite view down at the ground from high up, and then all of a sudden, super fast zoom in to a very specific area. And I go, oh, okay. I think I know roughly where this is. So I'm like, next time I go back, I know what I'm looking for now. I couldn't believe I got that quick. It was very fast. And I woke up and I'm like, I opened my eyes and I'm like, oh my gosh. I know what I just saw. And again, well, how do you know what that's for? How do you know that's for the Doc Noss treasure thing? How do you know, Joe? I instantly had the knowing. Even though I'm awake this time, I'm not in a dream with the knowing of this additional information that's just there, somehow present in my mind. The same thing as I'm sitting in bed. Awake, eyes closed, awake though, see the image, zoom in, oh my gosh. They're showing, oh my god, they're showing me more detail of how to find this, but from a faraway view. How about from outer space, looking down like you would Google Earth on this one specific area of landmass, and then zoom in, 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 quick, fast zoom, to this one little spot, and I go, oh my gosh, okay. They're showing me more detail on this. And I had been asking the last couple of days because I wanted some more. But this morning, I didn't have a dream last night about anything. So today it was just like, I'm just kind of tired, I am tired, so I'll just sit here, close my eyes, and wasn't really thinking about much of anything. I don't think maybe I was thinking of crypto a little bit, about kind of what I was just talking about, oh man, is this big drop going to happen because of all this crap? And, and then I would just remember sitting there not thinking of anything at that moment. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what is that? I stayed closed. What is that? And the first time I ever had that, so this is that as far as I can remember, I've had this happen 3 times, where I'm awake and my eyes are closed and I see something. It was one of the first times that we got back from New Mexico, me, JC, and Dave. So it was either in January or April of 2019, one of those 2 trips. And I saw the area of the dig site, my friend's site, and if I'm standing there facing it, it's like off to the left was a set of like stairs, like stone stairs, if you will, steps. Maybe steps is a better word than stairs. Stone steps, and I remember seeing 3 steps. Give me 3 steps, give me 3 steps, Snippy. And they were leading down under this thing we're trying to actually dig under. And I thought, wow, okay. And I could have, that one was so clear that I thought my eyes were open, and I was just like looking at the same blinds over here, although I had a different set of blinds at the time. And I'm just like, well, let me slowly open my eyes. Are they open? Or are they not? And then they open, my lid's open. I go, oh my god, I just saw that with my eyes completely closed. Wow. It was like really clear. And I was like, whoa. So that happened. First time ever. And then again, the ticker tape thing, that happened one time. I don't know if there was another time. Maybe I forgot if there was. And then there's this morning. And man, that was kind of exciting because I'm going, oh man, I'm getting another breadcrumb. That was a nice, pretty big one actually. Pretty big breadcrumb. And I'm like, oh man. Unfortunately, I think with Google Earth, like if I just open up Google Earth now and start looking around, that's not going to help me find what I saw. It's because you can't zoom in close enough to see the other detail that I drew. That would be important. So this is one of those things where I'd have to have boots on the ground. I got to go there, and I could drive around in a side by side or 4-wheeler or something, and I know what I'm looking for now, and I also think I know the area of where this is, generally speaking, in the mountain. So I could kind of head in that area, and then start looking for what I know I need to look for, which was the drawing. Because I'm like, well, how do I know exactly where this is? Is it in the mountain I think it's in? Is it on the back side of the mountain? Is it on the front side? Is it up high? It could have been anywhere, the thing I drew. And I had some ideas, but I'm going, well, I'm not real sure. And then I asked Spirit for some confirmation. They gave me a confirmation dream that I can't even mention because it's too much. One word is already too much information. And I go, oh, okay, so it's close to that, okay, but that goes a ways, so can I get any more information? And then I got that thing this morning. And I go, oh. It was like a shock, like, oh, okay. And it actually, I'll be honest, had that not been given to me this morning, that was a key, critical piece of information that I would have passed, right up, so to speak, headed out to where I initially thought this was, including the second dream that they gave me a confirmation of one of my thoughts of this might be close to this thing. But that thing is long and far and, goes a ways. And I'm like, it'd be a hell of a thing to try to follow that thing around and, keep going. Is there a road that'll go in that direction, even like a dirt road? So this set me straight and I go, oh my gosh, it's not where it is, but it's not where I thought. The second clue still makes sense, but this one today, oh my gosh, okay. Now I've got some information. I go, oh, I would have passed by something like this had I not gotten this today. So one of those things where you just pass right by a damn thing, you would never have known it. I would have known I was passing by it. I probably wouldn't even got a tingly feeling. I just would have, my mind somewhere else. So they gave me that this morning. I go, okay, I've now got 3 pieces of the puzzle. My drawing, the first drawing, the second dream, where these 2 ladies were in there with me. I don't know who they were, but it helped part of the dream. And then today, this morning. And I was like, oh man, this is getting cool, man. So I'm going to go to bed tonight, and I have no idea if I'm going to get anything else on this, but I'm like, they're probably like, all right, Joe, you know, we don't mind playing the hot or cold game with you, you know, warm, hot, you know, but we're not just going to give it to you that damn easy, you know. We want you to work a little bit, you know, maybe that's where they're at. I'm going to get nothing else on this. But I'm going to keep trying because this is fascinating, it's exciting, and if they're willing to give it to me, why not keep asking and try? You know, this isn't going to hurt anything, asking to find, you know, something that's buried somewhere, you know, some loot or something that's buried or whatever. It's just sitting there doing nobody any good. Let me find the damn thing, you know. I got some plans for that. So, anyways, that's it for now.